Welcome friends in lecture 5 science lesson 2 acid, base and salt. In this particular chapter we are going to show the importance of pH in our everyday life. So first of all we are going to start with the topic, are plants and animals having pH sensitivity? So our answer would be yes. All the plants and animals are having very high sensitivity towards pH value. Our range of pH value is from 7 to 7.8 only, right? If the pH value increases, that is going above 7, that is basic by its more basic by its nature, it is still difficult to survive, or it is getting less than 7, that is moving towards acidity, then also it is very difficult to survive. We are facing problems of like stomach problems. If we are having overeating, then we are doing lot of acid secretes in our body for wrong stimulations, we are finding more acidic property in our stomach. So that is another difficult part for us. Now pH of the soil increases or decreases, then the plants also cannot survive, right? In the same way, river water is filled up with acidic rainfall, then also we will see that uh, fishes are not able to survive in rivers, neither the plants are able to survive in seas and oceans and rivers if acidity increases. So this is sensitivity towards pH value. Fine. The next is with respect to soil, that pH of the soil matters. The another answer is again yes. The soil should be exactly neutral by its nature, that is neither acidic nor basic by its nature, it should be neutral. So the value of pH should be 7. The wrong harvesting methods, that is using excess of fertilizers, they are like urea. If we put excess of it, it creates abnormality in the soil pH. Now if the pH of the soil increases, like getting increases means it is getting towards more acidity, that is it is lowering down than 7, moving towards 0, right? So if the soil becomes more acidic by its nature, then for neutralizing, that means the yield will be obviously very less, the production will be almost negligible, because plants cannot grow in uh, acidic soils. So we need to neutralize it out. For neutralizing, we have to again bring chalk, that is calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, and all these substances again we have to spread out in the fields to make the soil neutral. In the same way, if the soil becomes more basic by its nature, right, so we need to treat it, that is more than 7, then we need to neutralize again by putting pyrites of gypsum. Pyrites or gypsum, that is pyrites are sulfur products, and gypsum is calcium sulfate, basically sulfate, that is acidic, mild acid by its nature, to neutralize and make it the soil neutral. Fine. So this is, we need to keep the soil in form of an neutral form, right? The pH of digestive system. Now what is the pH of digestive system should be? We are having a property of secreting hydrochloric acid inside our stomach, and this inside our stomach used for two purposes. First is for digestion and killing of the germs also. So if we are doing overeating, then more amount of hydrochloric, that is it gives a wrong stimulations towards the cells of our stomach, so releases more amount of acid inside our stomach, reaching the pH value of as 1.2. basically it is 1.2, but if it is decreases more than 1.2, that means it becomes more acidic by its nature, that is called as an hyperacidity. Now hyperacidity creates very bad sensation in our stomach. It creates a condition where you are uneasy, right? It creates a vomiting, burning sensation towards the heart side and towards the stomach sides and all. So this is very uneasiness is created inside our body. To reduce this, that means we need to neutralize it now. So to neutralize excess of acid produced inside the stomach, antacids are used. This is not an cure, but this is a kind of an basically it is not the medicine, it's just an simple treatment for making it the acidity neutralized. So this neutralization of excess of acidity, we are using milk of magnesia, magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. So using MgOH twice, this mild base, and we can use ENO also, that is NaHCO3. It's a slightly strong base. We have seen it in previous videos, the values of this as an pH scale. Fine. So this is about the digestive system of our stomach. The next is the pH change causing the tooth decay. Now the importance of pH in our mouth, I would say it saliva is approximately 6 in pH. Now the glands in our mouth creates a medium in our mouth has a slight acidity, but our teeth, that is tooth enamel which is there, is having calcium phosphate. Now this calcium phosphate is first of all getting treated with acid. Secondly, the in our mouth the bacteria are there, and if the something food particles are getting stuck in between the teeth, they are getting decomposed by these bacteria and reduces the mouth pH up till less than 5.5. Now this creates a problem for tooth enamel. That means that now the tooth enamel is also getting affected with it, and becomes, our tooth becomes sensitive, and the bad breath is there from our mouth to and it might furthermore creates a darkness, a dark like root canal treatments and all are supposed to be done. So if you don't want to reach up till that extent, we need to, or you might lose the teeth also. Fine. So to prevent this, we need to use the toothpaste as a common product available in the market. And every day we are doing brushing our teeth with toothpaste. This toothpaste is basically basic by its nature. Its nature is basic. So the mouth acidity can be neutralized by this particular basic solution. And I would suggest that many of us, we are some maximum times tells that every morning we need to brush our teeth. I would suggest that every night before going to sleep you need to brush your teeth, because what happens that you have done an eating procedure at night time, and when you go for sleep the maximum of the products remain inside your mouth and it remains to an entire night. So these products get decomposed within your teeth. So to avoid this of increasing acidity and losing your teeth, you better brush out your mouth, because early morning when you rise you have a lot of bad breath inside your bad breath coming from your mouth. So to stop this, you better brush your teeth at night time only. That's a correct method of doing it. Early morning, if you have just a small brushing of teeth, you will have the clear mouth and a fragrance also inside your mouth by mint and all. But the necessity thing is that you need to brush your teeth at night time before going to sleep. Fine. Okay. Then the next part is self defense by animals and plants through chemical welfare. Now if you see to the plants, basically self defense by animals, the honeybees, nettle plants leaves are armed with chemical stings, ant bites. Now these are the three things we mentioned: honeybees, nettle plants, leaves of nettle plants, and ants. These are the ones who are using defense tools. Now what they are having is methanoic acid fill in them. Now the sting of the honeybee, when it bites, it stings with an methanoic, secreting methanoic acid inside the body. Even the ants, the large ant bites at different places and secretes the acid of methanoic acid. Methanoic acid is often known as an formic acid also in common words. Even the nettle leaves, if you pass by through it and if that nettle leaves has a stink on your body and skin, you might go on irritation with respect to that particular area. So what we can do is rub out those particular areas by maybe with toothpaste, that as a common product. If you are having baking soda or any mild base, would you say, like magnesium hydroxide and all, which can neutralize that particular areas, and the victim can come out of that particular pain. Fine. And Dove, there are another plants also which are having mild base, and that can be treated with those plants also. Fine, if you have a knowledge of doing that. Okay, fine. So we have seen the different pH values and how this pH are affecting in our everyday life. So thank you for this particular